So, good evening, class. Today we'll be starting with the prose. We'll be continuing with this prose that we have started previously. That is how the dog found himself, his master. So, we'll be continuing with that. You can see on the screen the dog and the master. The master in this case is human, but we'll be looking at who was the master that found himself after the wolf. Because previously it was wolf who was this master, right? So, we'll be continuing with that. Yes, now I hope you will able to see. So we'll be starting with it today. So saying that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and said, "Let us go and find a herd of cows. I'll kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill." They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows, but just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic in all directions. So, what is being told here that seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, as the wolf hid himself behind the bushes when he sniffed that bear is around, so the dog came to know that the wolf is scared of bear. So he decided that he will be now taking the lead of the bear instead of wolf because he seems more stronger than the wolf. So he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. So we can say he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and he said that let us go and find a herd of cows. So now bear is ready to feed on cows. So he's searching for a herd of cows. I'll kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill. So they are decided that we'll be going after the herd of cows so that they can have their food. That way, they walked on and soon saw a herd of cows, but just as they were about to come up to it, so they saw a herd of cows, but just as they were approaching that herd of cows, they thought that they just noticed that those cows were moving and they were running in all directions. So the terrible noise was coming from that herd and they were all running in all directions because they were all scared. So that the voice that they were making was mooing noise. That is the noise that cows make. So mooing. And any difficult word that I will be looking at is the word I can see is readily. That is quickly. Herd is basically a group of cows is being called as herd here. Terrible is something bad, something not pleasant, so that we are calling it as terrible. Because when someone is scared, we ourselves, when we are scared, we make noise that is not pleasant to our ears, right? So that is terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic is when you get scared just before exam. Sometimes we get scared, we get frightened, we get anxious. So that is the panic situation. In all directions they were running. So we will be moving forward as we have already discussed the some of the difficult words in the passage as well and the meaning as well. So now you will analyze the situation that who do you think is more stronger than bear and why? Now who according to you, you will be writing your answers in the comment section that who according to you is more stronger than bear and what is the reason that you think that that animal or that organism is stronger than the bear basically. Yes, I will be giving you 20 seconds or I'll be giving you, I think 10 seconds is enough. 10 seconds are enough for this. So I'll be giving you 10 seconds. You'll be giving your answers in the comment section below. Yes. Yes, now the time is basically up. So we'll be moving forward. I'll be checking upon your responses later on. Yes, so we'll be moving forward. Yes, now you will be checking your understanding that who will bear kill and why. This is a question that will be checking whether you are following the story quite rightly or not. That you can anticipate that who the bear is going to now kill and why. Yes, I'll give you 5 seconds to give response to this question. That who the bear is going to kill and why. Yes, so the bear will kill. Who do you think he will kill? The bear was searching for the herd of cattle to kill, right? So that they can eat upon them. That is the reason that they were searching for cattle. Yes. So identify the animal, what sound it produces. So we had just discussed the sound that the herd of cows was producing while they were running in all directions. Yes. So yes, I hope you are able to recognize that sound. That is the mooing sound. That the cow produces. So we'll move forward. So what we call to a group of cows. I have just few seconds earlier I have just said this, that what are we calling a group of cows. So I'll give you 2 seconds to answer that in the chat box. 2 to 3 seconds. Yes, so the group of cows is being called as herd, basically. Herd of cattle. Herd of cows, basically. Yes. Now you will explain this picture that is in front of you, that there is this bear and there is this dog. What are they looking at? I'll give you a few seconds for that as well, so that you can explain it well in your own words in the comment section. Yes, so they are looking at the cows, that they are running in all directions while making the mooing sound, and now dog is also watching that they are all running in different directions. They are scared of someone who is coming, so dog also wants to know that who is there, from who has made the cows, so the group of cows, that is herd of cows, who scared that they are running in all directions, and the bear is also scared, we can see that. So why lion is called the king of jungle? So why do you think lion is called as the king of jungle? What have you what you have to say about this? Yes. Yes. So we all know that lion feeds upon the bear as well, the dog as well, the cattle as well. That he's an omnivore basically. So we can say lion is called the king of the jungle because he's strong, he's confident, he's not scared, he's brave, he's a leader, right? So he has the strength as well, that is physical strength and the mental strength as well. He has belief in himself as well. That makes him the king of jungle basically, right? So we'll be moving forward with this thought. Now you'll be testing your understanding that bear is the strongest in the jungle. Is this statement true or false? What do you think? That bear is the strongest or he is not? Bear is the strongest in the jungle. I'll give you 3 seconds to give response to this question. Yes, it's more than 3 seconds. So bear is not the strongest in jungle because we are just saying that bear and dog, they were both scared of someone who was running after the cows who were moving while running in all the directions, because they were also scared of lion. So we'll be looking after it, that now what will dog do? Will he stick to the bear who he thought that is the strongest, or will he be changing sides and he will be following and getting ready to serve the lion now? We'll be looking at it in a few seconds now. Yes, now we have this passage in front of us which I'll be reading and you'll be observing me. So, well, then I'll say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs, when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" asked the dog, surprised. "I smell a man coming this way," the lion said. "We'd better run for it or we'll be in trouble." "Oh well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." So I'll be moving myself a bit ahead so you can see the screen clearly. And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day the dog is man's most loyal servant and no other master and knows no other master. So now we have seen what turn has this story has taken, that we'll be discussing this now. So now we have seen that the dog is saying that I'll say goodbye to you, the bear. He's talking to the bear that I'll be saying goodbye to you now because I want a master who is stronger than anyone else on earth. And he has clearly seen that bear is not the one who is stronger than anyone on earth. And because he's also scared of the lion, and off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it. So the lion also agreed to it that he would let the dog be his servant, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long time. So the lion and the dog stayed together for a long time as the dog was serving the lion, and it was a good life for dog, and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion. Because lion is the king of the jungle, so he was the strongest. So the dog has no complaints for it, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way, because they knew that if they did so, they will be meddling with the lion only. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs. Amid means when someone is surrounded by bare cliffs. Cliff is basically this picture which I'll be showing you. This picture there, you must be able to see that what this cliff means. So amid bare cliffs, they were moving forward when all of a sudden the lion stopped. Or so sorry for the disturbance. So he gave a great roar. They were walking. They ran amid bare cliffs when all of a sudden the lion stopped. They were walking side by side along the bare cliff when the lion stopped all of a sudden because he heard someone. He gave a great roar. He shouted loudly and struck the ground angrily with his paw, and with such force that he used his paws to struck the ground with such force that there was a hole that was formed there. Then he began to back away very quickly. So he moved his feet backwards very quickly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" So dog was also asking the lion that is everything fine? Why is he also scared of someone? Because he never thought that lion will also be scared of someone. So dog was also surprised. "I smell a man coming this way." So it was seen that the lion is also scared of someone, and the thing that he's scared of is the man, the humans basically. The lion said, "We'd better run for it or we'll be in trouble." So lion did not want it to be in trouble because he knew that if he comes across any man, then he'll be also fighting for his life. So, "Oh well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." So as the dog said from the beginning that he wanted a master who is stronger than anyone on earth, so he left the lion as well, who was the king of the jungle but not the king on the earth. Basically, according to the law of jungle, or we can say according to the dog, who was searching for a stronger partner, or we can say stronger master. So he left the lion as well, and dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him. I'll be moving myself a bit. Serve him faithfully. So he was faithful to him. Faithful basically means when you never betray someone, when you stay loyal to them, you stay uh, honest with someone. Just like dogs, they are there with you at every time, in every situation they are there. They never leave your side. So that is what being faithful is all about. So the dog served him faithfully till now, till this time today. This happened long, long ago, but to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. So that is what we have seen, that how the story has unfolded itself. So you will be telling what according to you should be the moral of the story. Yes, what according to you should be the moral of this story. You will be thinking upon it. I'll be giving you 2 minutes to think upon the moral of the story, and you'll be like writing your answers in the comment section below, and I'll be checking upon them later on. Yes, you can think upon it, and you can write your answers in the chat box or the comment section, I would say. Yes, so the moral of the story, how the dog found himself a new master, is that of to be humble and to be serving. The story is about a dog finding for himself a master, and when he finally finds himself a master human, he becomes loyal to him. Just like we know that dogs are so loyal to any human or his master, and decides to serve him as a servant. This character of dog shows his humility and humbleness towards his master. So we now came to know that how dog was searching for his master, and he was ready to serve him for his life. So now till this date today itself, dogs are still faithful toward humans or their masters, whoever the master is, even when it's a street dog, even when it's a pet dog. When they found themselves any master, they stay faithful to them in every situation, in every circumstances. They are there with them. They are there with their masters. They stick to them in every circumstance. So we'll get to learn this from this story. Yes, now you will be filling this blank. Dash is the most loyal animal to man till date. Now this is quite an obvious answer, which you must be knowing by now if you are following the lecture carefully. Yes, I'll give you 3 more seconds to think upon it and write your answers in this comment box. Dash is the most loyal animal to man till date. Yes, so the answer should be that dog is the most loyal animal to man till date, because this is a story about a dog who was in search of his master and wanted to stay faithful towards him, and he wanted a master who was stronger than anyone on earth, and he can save him from anybody who was there to harm him, right? So in the end he has found himself a master that is in the form of a human. Yes, now we'll do a quick recap of things. Sorry about this, I just moved the slide a bit, quite a bit. Yes, I'll just adjust myself. Yes, so who was stronger than wolf? So firstly, for the recap, we just studied a story, that is how the dog found himself his master, where the dog earlier like they were living free life like wolves. They were having their freedom, but a dog was there who wanted to have a life where he did not need to wander around in the search of food, or did not need to be scared of anyone that they would come and do something to harm him, or we can say do something bad with him. So he wanted a master who was strongest on earth, and initially he founded a wolf who was his kinsman, he found a wolf. Then after that he found that wolf was also scared of bear. Then he left the side of the wolf. Then he went after the bear who has taken him with him. The bear has taken the dog with him. Then the bear and wolf were roaming. Then they found that there was this herd of cattle, herd of cows who were running and moving. They were in all running in all directions because they were scared of the lion, the king of the jungle, basically. So bear was also scared of the lion. So dog left the side of the bear as well, and he went after the lion, and lion kept the dog with him. Then they spent quite a long time together. And after that he found that lion was also scared of someone, and that someone was human. Basically he was scared of humans because he thought that lion may also be not the strongest one in on the earth, and he thought that it is humans who are strongest on the earth. So he went after the humans, and till this date he is faithful towards them. So he has found his master in the form of humans. So you will be telling me now who was stronger than wolf. I have just shared you this in the recap the whole story. You must be able to answer these questions now. So I'll give you 4 to 5 seconds to answer this question, that who was stronger than wolf in the story. Yes, so it was bear who was stronger than wolf, because we have seen when the wolf sniffed the bear who was coming, he has hidden himself behind the bushes, to which dog was also surprised. So bear was stronger than the wolf. Then what sound does cow produce? Yes, we have also discussed this as well. I will be giving you 5 seconds to give response to this question in the comment section. Yes, the sound that cow produces is the mooing sound, basically. MOOING. Mooing sound is the sound that cow produces. Yes, then the third question is, you will be making a sentence with the word that is herd and cliff. Yes, you know the meaning of both the words. Herd is basically a group of cows, and cliff is basically a mountain with a dead end, when you are on the edge of a mountain. Yes. So herd and cliff. I'll be giving you 30 seconds to give response to this question. I'll be checking your responses later on, and will be giving your response accordingly if that needs any correction. I just saw a herd of cows. Herd of cows was running in all directions. Herd of cows was running in all directions. Herd of cows is running in all directions. I'm also discovering side by side. Yes. He was standing on the cliff end of the mountain. Yes, I have given you some examples, so you can use them as well to make sentences. So I'll be checking your responses later on. In and who was the master of the dog? Now, this is the most obvious question we could answer right now at this point, as we have completed the story as a whole. You must be answering this question correct. I should be expecting 100% correct response to this question. If you have heard this story carefully and you were with me the whole time while I was discussing the story with you. So I'll be giving you 5 seconds to answer this question in the comment section. Yes, so in the end, the human or the man was the master of the dog, because the dog has seen that it was man from whom even the lion was also scared of. So in the end, the dog has found his master in the form of man, and he has stayed faithful towards the man till today. Yes, so we have completed our course, that is how the dog found himself his master. So I hope you have understood the story, and if you have any queries regarding this, you can leave your comments and I'll be discussing upon them. I'll be learning to you. I will be discussing your queries later on, and will be giving you solutions to that. I will be exploring those queries together. So thank you for staying together. Till this time, we'll meet again in the next class. Thank you, students. Yes, so this is the homework that you'll be doing. That is, you'll be writing about the lesson, write about the lesson you learned from this chapter in 10 lines, and what you would what would you like, being servant or the master of your own, and why? Like dog, he wanted to be a servant while man was his master. What would you like, being servant or master of your own, and why? You will be writing your reasons as well, and you will write about the lesson you learned from this chapter in 10 lines basically. Thank you, students.